Our son is turning 4 at the end of the month. I can't believe it. It's gone so fast. I'm not going to think about it too much because the tissues won't be enough. He was this size the other day.
He was never this size, but you get what I mean.
So today my scraps project is going to be party theme. Last year the theme was rubbish trucks. He really likes rubbish trucks, so I made him a cake and some party hats. And this year he asked for Encanto. So we're going to make some colorful bunting and some placemats as well. The first project I'm going to do is some bunting, this one with triangles. It's really nice, I love it, and I've never made it. So what I'm going to do is to start cutting these pieces of scraps I have in little triangles. This can be the measure you like. I'm going to make them 15 by 20, and I have this little notebook which is exactly that measurement. So I'm going to just take a page and then fold it in half so I can trace a diagonal line, and that way I get my triangle, which again can be the measurement you like. And from this I'm going to be tracing them, and I'm going to use as well some sack material I have around, these little pieces, and I think it'll be nice, really rustic and cottage decor, to make them, to cut a few to put in between the prints. I think it can look good. I'm going to place them right sides together and sew the two sides that come down on the little corner on the angle, because that way then when I turn them right sides out, I can just sew them on top. When sewing corners, there's a very useful tip, and it is that when you get to the corner, you have to leave your needle down, put your foot presser up, turn your fabric until you get to the other edge you want to sew, and continue sewing. That way you don't miss the corner and it will look perfectly sewn. It's important when you turn them right sides out to cut the angle, the little corner, so you can do it easily and it's not bulky. And I thought it'd be a good idea to hem it with some bias tape, because that way I only have to fold and the triangle will go in between and that's it. So I'm going to do that. I have some lovely aqua color and that's that. I think it looks lovely, and because it has both sides, you can use it outside and you don't see the wrong side of the materials. And with the sack, it's really nice, cottage core. And because it doesn't say happy birthday or anything like that, you can use it as decor if you have a garden, a terrace, a balcony, or even in the kids' playroom. I think it'll look lovely. Now the placemat. In the film, the main character makes some sort of placemats to put a candle on as a surprise, and she embroiders them. So I thought I'm not a very candle person, so I thought it would look nice as a proper placemat. So I have this felt I got really cheap ages ago, and I'm going to use it for that. It's quite thick, so I think it's going to be nice, and because I've been practicing with the embroidery foot, I'm going to be using it. And to trace it, I'm going to use like a proper placemat I have, so it's going to be this size. Of course, all of this is because I like crafts and I love making them, and I think he's going to like it. But you don't really need to do any of this for a birthday party to make it special. Children are going to remember all these special moments with you, so just enjoy it and don't worry about making loads. For this project, I was a bit adventurous and I decided to go freehand and to sew without any pattern or following any drawing. And I started to making an edge all around my placemat just by twisting and turning my fabric so I could get some circles. And once I have finished all my shapes, all the leaves and petals, I had to fill them in. So I went with the zigzag stitch and I made all the edge first and then went in the petals and leaves. So that way it looks really nice and covered. And this is my placemat. I think it looks cute. Of course, I need to practice more. I've only been practicing this embroidery foot for a few days, but there's a bit of thread here. But I think it looks cute. And of course, you can even notice your practice from one day to the next, because there are leaves that I did yesterday, because I did this in 2 mornings. So there are some that I did yesterday that look a bit whimsy, but the ones today look better in my opinion. So that's good. It's a matter of practice. And another thing is that I started sewing with the bobbin in pink because the felt is pink, and I thought, well, if underneath everything looks pink, it will look quite nice and quite uniform. But then that color came through, so you could see it on top as well. So thread your bobbin the same color as you're embroidering, so it looks nicer. And only 2 needles die on this journey, so that's good. Of course, I haven't got any footage of the table or anything because it hasn't happened yet. It's at the end of the month. So make sure you look around on your Instagram account and look for Iregusa, because I'm going to be posting pictures of all of this when it's nicely placed. So this has been my scraps video of the day. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments what you thought. If you like this idea with the bunting, sewing the bias tape on top, I think it's quite useful because you don't have to sew anything else, and with the sack material in between that you don't have to hem or anything, it's quite good because you have double the bunting. So that's good. And the embroidery, let me know what you think about my embroidery, and I'll see you around. Don't forget to subscribe because there's going to be another 2 videos, party theme, and I'll leave you here a link to other scraps video I've made, and down in the description box below there's another link to all the felt projects as well. So I'll see you around. Bye!